Hello. Today we will begin Module 3, Applying Artificial Intelligence. We will cover the capabilities of artificial intelligence. In this first section, you will learn to recognize the potentials for and limitations of the technology, as well as a few areas where humans remain better equipped than AI. According to a MITRE-Harris poll conducted in November 2022, the public's trust in AI is mixed. While Americans trust AI for mundane tasks such as movie recommendations and customer service call centers, they also have misgivings about its high-value applications, including self-driving cars, evaluating and processing government benefits, and healthcare. 48% believe AI is safe and secure, while 78% range from fairly to extremely concerned the technology could be exploited for malicious intent. 82% of respondents favor regulation. Nevertheless, students such as yourself have already begun using ChatGPT to create course assignments. Going forward, you will need to be able to critically evaluate AI technology and make informed decisions, use it as a trustworthy tool, and consciously deal with data. Information has become a form of currency, and knowing how to accumulate, analyze, and communicate with data is vital. AI is good at sifting through and detecting patterns in voluminous amounts of data, performing repetitive tasks, and making utilitarian decisions in controlled environments. The output of generative AI tools depends on the data input. As of early 2023, the technology is not beneficial on topics with less than 10,000 citations. AI also lacks the ability to rank sources for reliability, quality, or trustworthiness, a skill you learned in the Basic Information Literacy series. AI is designed to serve a purpose in the most efficient manner possible. There is no relationship between a chatbot and the truth, merely statistical predictions of word sequences in a massively multidimensional language model. The bot may make interpretive claims that do not match established facts or may engage in an automatic repetition of thought patterns derived from other, more ambiguously related subjects. AI does not understand emotion or the facts behind clusters of keywords, and struggles with context, hyperbole, humor, and dazzling prose. Indeed, ChatGPT has been noted for using some improper grammatical devices, such as the transition words, another, additionally, and overall to begin paragraphs. There is no comprehension of intent behind the generated language. There is no content expert involved. The output is merely a narration of a portion of the AI's inner data architecture. Mintz detailed some of the capabilities of generative AI, generating lists of bibliographical references, tutoring students by defining terms and explaining difficult concepts, solving math problems and debugging programs step by step, providing first drafts of course syllabi, identifying scholarly debates on a particular topic and exploring subjects through differing theoretical lenses, and modeling clearly organized descriptive and argumentative writing on particular topics. Additional uses may include finding new databases and resources for research, generating plain language summaries of published research, identifying key arguments on a particular topic, modeling of basic essay structures, providing structural feedback on a paper, formatting in-text citations, allowing students and faculty to focus on higher-order thinking, identifying weaknesses in a paper, clarifying and incorporating ideas, adding details and nuance and eliminating vague abstractions, prioritizing the meaningful process of revision, creating bullet points to pull into a presentation or lecture, and translating code from one programming language to another. Despite all these capacities, humans remain better at most tasks requiring creativity, nuance, emotion, knowledge transfer, and social interaction. You are learning to understand yourself and the world around you and to express your thoughts with clarity and purpose. With time and experience, humans can discern the thoughts, feelings, and needs of other humans through speech, vocal inflection, body language, and facial expression, and some talented few can create language so moving that hearts and minds are changed forever. Generative AI is unable to produce any of these insights. At present, the technology could not win a Pulitzer Prize for literature nor rival the works of Shakespeare, Austen, or Hemingway. Bogost observed that generative AI lacks the ability to truly understand the complexity of human language and conversation. Psychologist Steven Pinker stated, "We don't need to be exposed to 500 billion words of text. which at 3 words a second, 8 hours a day would take 15,000 years, in order to speak or to solve problems. It is important to remember that generative AI lacks wisdom, factuality, and critical thinking. Human writers draw from our experience, judgment, and intuition. The University of Pennsylvania's Valerie Ross said, "It's fascinating for me to compare what essays my students put out compared to what ChatGPT puts out, and it was actually inspiring to see how textured students write. I don't think we appreciate that texture until you see the kind of Mad Libs writing ChatGPT does." As Ross noted, the writing generated by AI can be sterile, indistinct, or rambling. AI cannot cite and analyze evidence, limit claims, produce logical associations between claims, or arrange claims into an order of importance. AI cannot extrapolate data and make reliable predictions when there is a lack of data to inform patterns, structure, or mathematical equations. AI cannot engage in introspection. AI will not form a viewpoint or a specific argument. AI such as ChatGPT has the capacity to produce misleading or inaccurate content, plagiarize sources, or commit fundamental errors of common sense. Various instances of scholarly misinformation have been documented in which ChatGPT wrote plausible-sounding, but factually incorrect answers. The application has even fabricated citations, sources, facts, and figures. These types of errors are known as hallucinations. Scientists are unclear as to why AI models are producing them. They are causing problems in a wide variety of fields, including for one lawyer who used ChatGPT to find legal precedents for a trial. Needless to say, the judge was not amused. Additionally, an AI model may not avoid an article that has been retracted for issues such as fraudulent data. Sam Bruton, director of research integrity at the University of Southern Mississippi, said, "If people are trying to publish studies and they don't have a solid grasp of the underlying literature on the shoulders on which they're trying to stand, then the whole thing becomes increasingly rickety and untrustworthy." If a student trusts the AI to write a paper without learning anything about the topic, the citation style, the cited sources, or other requirements in the rubric, then they will likely be unable to identify and correct errors. Do you feel confident in your ability to detect fabrications, misrepresentations, fallacies, and stereotypes without having studied the material? Practicing your critical thinking skills to identify shortcomings in AI's logic, consistency, accuracy, and bias will enable you to be more AI literate. As Rim observed, if students do not understand what makes for good prose or stylistic academic writing, or if they cannot formulate a nuanced and original argument based on primary source material, how are they to judge whether the output of ChatGPT offers them a more compelling paper than what they have, or could have, written themselves? Next time. In the next video, we will discuss the effectiveness of AI, including its applications and training. We'll also talk about some governance challenges. Until then, thank you for your time. If you want to learn more about the subjects we have discussed, here are the sources used for this section.